Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza. Welcome to this Friday, December 17 edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. The Peaks residences ruled by the Supreme Administrative Court as illegally occupying protected forest land at Katanoi on Phuket's southwest coast is being demolished. The project was promoted to feature 435 units in 23 buildings, and the master plan showed that the site was to feature more than 46 separate structures. The completed project had a base value of 2.39 billion baht according to reports, but now it's being reduced to rubble as the developer, Kata Beach Co. Ltd., complies with the Supreme Administrative Court ruling that was handed down in December of last year that stated that the land deed presented by Kata Beach Co. Ltd. had been issued illegally and that Karon Municipality had illegally issued the building permit for the project. Bangkok Member of Parliament Sita Jenjaka, who also serves as the chairman of the House Committee for Law, Justice and Human Rights, spearheaded a campaign against construction of the Peaks residences after he received death threats for conducting a preliminary investigation into the project after receiving formal complaints from the public. The investigation into the Peaks began in 2018 when Chiwapap Chiwatam, a former chief of Sirinat National Park in the north of Phuket, who also defied death threats for acting against illegal occupiers of state land in the national park, received a complaint on behalf of the Royal Forest Department. The demolition began on September 13 and is expected to be fully finished by February 2022, according to an engineer at Karon Municipality. The developer is paying the full cost of the demolition. Meanwhile, some of the buyers who have already paid deposits for their units have agreed to have their money transferred to take units at another project at Surin Beach. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. 5 different committees are being set up by the House of Representatives in Bangkok to study every single facet of the proposed casino entertainment complex that almost every government in Thailand has floated out as a potential revenue stream for Thailand, but has yet to come to fruition. A House Committee spokeswoman announced yesterday that the 5 subcommittees will look into the casino complex. One committee will study tax collection, another will scout potential locations, a third committee will look into investment and format of the complex, a fourth will focus on the gaming business, and the last committee will look into preventing any negative impact the casino may have. Last Thursday, MPs voted 310-9 in favor of setting up an extraordinary committee to look into the proposal to build the casino entertainment complex. The proposal, which is intended to create jobs and generate revenue for the government, is expected to renew a fierce debate in Thailand among proponents and opponents, according to the Bangkok Post. According to Deputy Prime Minister Wisanu Kreongnam, a number of laws would have to be enacted for this proposal to materialize. Thailand's 1935 Gambling Act bans any form of cash betting except for the state lottery and horse races at state-licensed racetracks. But gambling has always been part of Thai society, as shown by a 2019 study by the Center for Gambling Studies at Chulalongkorn University, which stated that over 30.4 million Thais engage in some form of gambling or betting, and about 300 billion baht is believed to be spent on underground betting every year. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments. Thai cities have fallen in the rankings of the world's most expensive locations for overseas workers globally, with Bangkok dropping 12 positions to 57th place and all other Thai cities moving out of the top 125 locations globally. This was one of the findings of the latest cost of living research published by ECA International. 10 of the top 20 most expensive locations in the world are Asian cities, with Hong Kong topping the global rankings and Geneva, Switzerland in second place, then Tokyo, Japan in third.
Quality guaranteed since 2012. Call M Painting today.
About 2,500 Myanmar villagers are now seeking refuge in Thailand following violent clashes between ethnic Karen rebel groups and Myanmar soldiers just over the border of Thailand's Dak province. The fighting resumed this morning in the village about 500 meters over the Thai border, according to the Thai-Myanmar Border Command Center. Gunfights began earlier this week, which drove hundreds of Myanmar villagers to flee, and the command center said that by this morning, numbers swelled to just under 2,500 Myanmar villagers, including more than 700 children, all moved to a temporary shelter in the border in Thailand, according to the Bangkok Post. Myanmar was plunged into turmoil when the military ousted the elected civilian government on February 1st, triggering protests in cities and sporadic clashes in the countryside between anti-junta militia and the army. ASEAN, which Myanmar is a member of, had tried to mediate the crisis, but with little success so far. The island recorded 49 total COVID cases over the last 24 hours, tied for the lowest daily total for this month. During this month of December, Phuket recorded 1,121 new COVID cases totally, good for a daily average of 70 cases and a death toll of 4. Phuket has recorded 19,153 COVID cases since the pandemic began early last year, with 144 total COVID deaths. Thailand, meanwhile, recorded 3,537 cases and 41 more COVID deaths over the last 24 hours. Thailand COVID cases reached 2.18 million since the start of the pandemic, the vast majority of which, 98%, have occurred since April. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Friday edition of Phuket Extra, brought to you by pbcphuket.com. We hope you enjoy your weekend out there. We'll see you back on Monday. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000, and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.